What else can you tell me about voodoo?
I told you, don't worry about that part of it. It's all fate.
You know, you have a unique way of wearing clothes that's, well, the way they kind of hang, pleating over that stomach of yours, drooping off your butt.
We can't all have the body of a 12-year-old like you, Knight.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Ciao, baby.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Could you get me some coffee?
Are you speaking to me?
Why, yes.
Wow, Deja leave it to Beaver. I'm the police photographer, sir. You might be able to find someone around here dumb enough to get coffee for you, but it won't be me.
Oh, thanks anyway.
I can give you precise instructions for the handling of hot liquids if you need them.
No thanks. So, what's it like being a policewoman?
The glamour never ceases.
You know, that uniform looks great on you.
Uh-huh. Is that a compliment, or are you asking to borrow my dress?
It's a compliment.
Well, you just never know around here. Thanks, but I'm married.
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The Voodoo Murders file. Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if you said so. There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay? And no photocopies either, I'm afraid.
Of course. I understand completely. I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
That doesn't work, Dad.
Let me see that file.
That file state.
It's the official police file containing the partial patterns from the Voodoo murders. The folder is marked with the warning, not to leave the police station. The police... Gabriel opens and reads the police file.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
Detective Mosley.
Yeah. Whew.
I can't do that with Mosley.
Moses,
Can I ask?
You're the right...
I got those.
So... What
I don't
for?
think we got your best side.
Really? Franks, come back in here with that camera. I hate to put my coat on. It's so damn hot in here. But a picture's a picture.
Now what, sir?
This clown wants another picture. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. What else could I possibly have to do? Ready? Smile.
Anything else, Knight?
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight. Make it fast.
Welcome, my friend. Hello. I am the proprietor, Dr. John. If you have any questions, I would be happy to assist.
Great. My name is Knight, and I'll probably take you up on that.
The voodoo shrine is filled with items that both...
A waste of some perfectly good This coffin is so small. It wouldn't be much of a voodoo museum without a voodoo doll. Wonder who that poor bastard was. Will that look sacrilegious? Magenta Moonbeam. Voodoo Inn.
A flyer advertising Magenta Moon.
They lend a certain psychotic ambiance, no?
A street drummer has settled. Gabriel can't do it. It's an elect.
What does this do?
Turn that thing off.
Oh, sorry.
We have air conditioning, you see.
Yeah, I see.
A leather whip.
Oh, hurt me.
Flickering candles lend...
Reminds me of a book. Looks like Jack.
An official voodoo wishing.
Funny, I say the same thing to women. I wish Molly Getty were mine forever. Really, I mean it.
What was that?
Oh, nothing.
An authentic-looking pole marks the... The pole is solid. That must be Marie. Something about the Gabriel doesn't...
Yeah, right.
An authentic-looking pole marks the... Gabriel doesn't recognize them. The back wall displays various voodoo items, such as offerings of fruits to the voodoo deities. Even if that were a beaded gourd.
Please, do not touch the drums. They are authentic.
Authentic what?
Drums. Do not touch them.
Large, elaborate drums occupy a very large... The snake.
The python is quite dangerous.
Thanks for the...
Dr. John is a huge man. If it...
Could I ask you a few questions?
That is why I am here.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The killings in the newspaper. I know they have nothing to do with true voodoo in New Orleans.
What do you think of New Orleans?
It is the only city in the United States, as far as I am concerned.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Ah, you have perhaps noticed the museum snake, Mr. Knight? They are beautiful creatures. Do you not agree? And the tourists seem to associate them with voodoo.
Tell me about yourself.
Me?
Yes, if you don't mind.
What is it you wish to learn?
Why did you open...
The subject has fascinated.
What kind of...
Let us just say I cut my teeth on it, Mr. Knight. It is in my blood.
Do you do anything besides run the museum?
No. The museum does not make me a rich man. But my material needs are simple. I prefer to focus on my one true interest in life.
What are your own religious beliefs?
My beliefs are too personal and too complex to discuss with a layman, Mr. Knight.
Just tell me anything.
I am originally from the West Indies myself, you know.
Really? What brought you to New Orleans?
I was drawn here for personal reasons.
Just tell me.
I am
Really?
a vegetarian.
I can't imagine.
That must be the hunter in you, Mr. Knight.
Just tell me anything.
I am not an easy person to get to know. I am a very private man.
Isn't that unusual for someone in the museum business?
Not at all. My displays speak for me.
Actually, I can't think of a thing.
Then let us discuss something else.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Historical voodoo, or the voodoo currently practiced in the city.
Tell me about historical voodoo.
Very well. I will start at the beginning, Mr. Knight, and will go on from there at your prompting.
Sounds good.
As you may know, voodoo is a grassroots. In other words, it is a religion born of the African slave trade. But prior to 1803, the New Orleans area was owned by... But the Creole did not permit them. The Creole also knew enough about the corrupted pagan practices of the West.
So,
After the Louisiana Purchase, American legislators relaxed regulations. Around the same time, a slave revolt occurred in Santo Domingo, what is now Haiti, between the... Some of them were free people of color, freed or...
what happened when the West Indies?
They brought voodoo with them. The native slaves were more... Among the first meeting places were the early voodoos were heavy snake worshippers.
Tell me more.
By 1817, the voodoo activity... The time was Sunday afternoons, at the place, Congo. Of course, they also
Tell me more.
There were a variety of kings. This was a voodoo queen named Marie Laveau.
Tell me about current voodoo.
Many people think of voodoo in terms of magic spells or gree-gree. That kind of practice is actually... Voodoo, the religion, has... There are... African Americans see it as a tradition, although... I personally... Some of the new movements are copying Haitian.
Tell me about Marie Laveau.
There were actually two Marie Laveaux. The original, the mother, was also known as Widow Paris.
Tell me more.
The Laveau tomb, where, one, it is a popular shrine. I myself take tours.
Really? Do you have...
No.
What exactly?
Hoodoo is a bastard of voodoo. Many of...
Thanks a lot.
Come back again.
An old man.
I'm sorry to bother you.
You got something to say, son?
Do you know anything?
Sure. She was... Believers still come to her tomb, you know. They right. As a matter of fact, that big Dr. John fella of Marie Laveau's tomb isn't the only one to believe.
You said there were other locked tombs?
Yep. I've seen bull hearts left on tombs and a nest of both animal parts, human parts even, it look like. Male parts.